Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Hi, everyone. Great to be diving in again.
We're really thrilled you're joining us.
And today, we're digging into a fantastic lesson from SpeakDuo. It's designed to really help you elevate your English.
Absolutely.
And, if you're looking to truly practice these phrases, get more confident, you can visit SpeakDuo.com. You get to meet people from all over the world, practicing English on video calls. It's a great way to build fluency.
It really is a brilliant resource. So, for all you advanced English learners listening, we've got a selection of phrases today. They're common, yes, but they carry some really interesting, subtle meanings, often overlooked nuances.
Right. The kind of thing that makes your English sound much more natural, more precise.
Exactly. So we're going to unpack these, not just what they mean, but, how to use them effectively.
Let's get right to it.
Okay, first up, let's talk about a word that packs a surprising punch for its size. Scram.
Scram, yeah. It's so short, isn't it? Sharp, forceful. And the real power here is in its immediate, blunt command. It basically means go away quickly.
No politeness there.
None at all. It's not a suggestion. It's an imperative, a command.
And that bluntness is really key. I mean, you could say, please leave quickly, right?
Sure, you could.
But the feeling behind scram is totally different. It's much more informal, really abrupt.
Yeah. And it strongly implies the person isn't welcome or they're being a nuisance.
It often just bursts out, annoyance, frustration, maybe urgency.
Right. I think it has roots tracing back to scramble, suggesting a kind of hasty, maybe undignified exit.
Ah, that makes sense. So there's that history of urgency, even dismissal.
And that fits perfectly with how we use it now. The example from the SpeakDuo lesson really paints the picture. The guard yelled at the kids to scram.
You can almost hear the irritation, can't you, in just that one word.
Totally.
So, thinking about context, you probably wouldn't say it at work, but you might think it.
Maybe.
Like, the team was trying to brainstorm, but the construction noise.
Yeah.
Oh, the manager just wanted to yell scram at them.
Exactly. Or maybe for an IELTS speaking question, describing a past event.
Yeah. I remember once during a school trip, we sort of wandered into this restricted area, and a really grumpy caretaker just told us to scram. It perfectly captures that abrupt, unwelcome feeling.
Good example.
Okay, so from forceful commands, let's shift gears. Something describing a different kind of intensity. To be obsessed with something.
Right. To be obsessed with something, this means being extremely interested in it, or maybe more accurately, completely preoccupied by it.
Preoccupied, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, it implies this really high, almost all-consuming level of engagement. It goes way beyond just simple interest.
And that's the crucial difference, isn't it? You might be very interested in something or fascinated by it, but obsessed with just takes it to another level. It feels more intense, often continuous. Sometimes it can even feel a bit excessive, maybe single-minded.
It can, though, interestingly, we do use it more playfully in informal chat, right? Like, oh, I'm obsessed with this new show.
True. Context matters. But the core meaning, that deep preoccupation, that stays.
It does. And the SpeakDuo example shows this all-consuming nature really well. She's obsessed with vintage fashion and spends hours looking for it.
It's clearly not just a casual hobby for her.
No, it's a driving force.
So applying this.
Yeah.
At work, you could say. Our new intern is completely obsessed with optimizing workflows.
Okay.
Like, they've been researching productivity hacks nonstop.
Right. Conveys that intense focus.
Or maybe discussing hobbies for IELTS. Honestly, right now, I'm currently obsessed with urban gardening. I spend all my free time reading about it, trying things out on my balcony. It gets across that deep, ongoing dedication.
Perfect.
Okay, after all that intensity, sometimes you just need to step back a bit. Which brings us nicely to our next phrase, to be on a break.
To be on a break. This specifically means temporarily separating from something. Could be a relationship, could be a responsibility.
And temporarily is the key word there, isn't it?
Absolutely vital. It's a pause. It's not meant to be a permanent end.
Right. Because you could say people are separated or a project has finished.
But those sound more final.
Exactly. On a break clearly implies a pause with the intention, or at least the possibility, of resuming things later. Separated could easily be permanent. Finished definitely implies it's over.
So on a break holds this interesting mix. Maybe hope, maybe uncertainty. A time for reflection, not necessarily a conclusion.
Yeah, a moment of suspension. The source example captures this well. We decided to be on a break until exams were over.
Clear temporary condition and expected return point.
Precisely. And in a professional context, you might hear, the project manager decided to put the new initiative on a break until we had more resources,
Okay.
hoping to resume by Q4. Again, temporary pause, planned return.
Got it.
And for an IELTS question, maybe about habits or well-being. After studying nonstop for months, I decided to be on a break from all academic reading for a few weeks, just to fully recharge. It's about that strategic, temporary pause.
Makes sense. A breather.
Sometimes a break is just what's needed before you decide to, well, switch it up.
Switch it up. Good one. This means changing or varying something, usually to get a fresh result.
Yeah, it's an active decision, isn't it? Introducing novelty,
Yeah.
often with a positive, maybe invigorating intention.
Exactly, because if you just say to change it or to alter it,
That could be for any reason. A correction, maybe something negative even.
right, but switch it up specifically carries that nuance of doing it for variety, trying a new approach, injecting some freshness, revitalizing things.
It's about actively improving the situation maybe, not just reacting.
I think so. The SpeakDuo example is very relatable. Let's switch it up and try a new restaurant tonight. Simple, everyday variety seeking.
It is, and you can easily imagine it at work. Our marketing campaign visuals have been the same for months. I think it's time to switch it up.
Try something bolder maybe.
Yeah, grab attention. Or, for IELTS, talk about routines. When my study routine feels a bit stale, I like to switch it up. Maybe study at a different cafe or even outdoors. It's all about keeping things fresh, engaging.
Keeps you motivated too, probably.
Definitely. Okay, moving from proactive changes to needing, well, a starting point. Our next phrase is to give someone something to go on.
To give someone something to go on. Right. This idiom means providing someone with some initial information, a basic foundation they can use to proceed.
Like handing over the first thread.
That's a great way to put it,
Yeah.
because you could give instructions or provide information, which might sound more complete.
But something to go on suggests minimal information, foundational.
Exactly, just enough to get started. Or make an initial decision. It's not the full playbook. It leaves room for their own initiative, further investigation, problem solving.
That's a common trap for learners, isn't it?
Yeah.
Assuming it means full directions when it's really just a launch pad.
It is, and it implies a certain trust, doesn't it? You're empowering them to build on that initial piece.
Yeah.
The source example actually shows the difficulty when you don't have it. The detective had no clues to go on.
Right. Progress is impossible without that starting point.
It underlines how crucial even a small starting point can be.
So in a work context, look, I only have a rough outline for the client proposal, but it should be enough to give you something to go on for the first draft.
Okay, makes sense. Sets expectations.
Or talking about problem solving for IELTS. My mentor gave me just one key phrase to go on for my research project, and honestly, that was all I needed to unlock my thinking.
Shows initiative based on minimal input. Nice.
Sometimes that initial piece leads to a very clear boundary, which brings us to our next one. That's the cutoff.
That's the cutoff. This refers to a very specific limit. Could be time, could be quantity. After that point, something's no longer accepted or valid or possible.
A hard stop.
Absolutely non-negotiable. And that non-negotiable aspect is where the power of cutoff really lies.
How so?
Well, it's similar to deadline or limit, but cutoff often feels stricter, more abrupt, like after this point, the door is slammed shut.
No wiggle room.
Exactly. It's not just a suggested endpoint, it's definitive, often absolute. It sounds quite final.
It really does. It leaves no room for doubt. The SpeakDuo example shows this rigidity perfectly. Midnight is the cutoff for submitting assignments.
No negotiation possible there.
None. So at work, you might tell your team, for budget approvals, Friday at 5 p.m. is the cutoff. Anything after that gets processed next week.
Very clear boundary.
Or, for an IELTS question about time management, my personal cutoff for checking work emails on my phone, usually 9 p.m. After that, I try to just disconnect completely, drawing a firm line.
Healthy boundary.
Speaking of lines, sometimes you reach a peak and then it feels like, well, it's downhill after this.
Ooh, it's downhill after this. This implies a decline, doesn't it? A sense that things won't be as good as they are right now, anticipating a deterioration.
Yeah, and this phrase carries quite a bit of emotional weight, I think. It's more than just saying it will get worse.
How so?
The real nuance with it's downhill after this is that it specifically suggests a decline from a peak or from a particularly good current state.
Okay. So the best moment has passed.
Exactly. And what follows will be a downturn. It often feels inevitable, maybe tinged with regret for what was. It's a very human way to express that feeling,
Yeah.
when you've hit the high point and fear the rest.
That makes sense. It's a subtle but profound expression of that moment. The source example captures this feeling beautifully. Winning that prize was amazing, but it was downhill after this.
The prize was the summit.
And then the descent began. Yeah, such a vivid image.
So for a work example, maybe lamenting. The product launch went perfectly, but our main competitor is releasing something similar next week. I worry it's downhill after this for our sales figures.
Ouch. Captures that fear of decline after success.
Or for an IELTS reflection on a big life event. I loved my university graduation days so much, but honestly, a part of me thought, it's downhill after this, because it felt like the end of such a special chapter.
Poignant. Captures that bittersweet feeling.
Now, whether things are going uphill or downhill, sometimes our actions can lead us, well, to get in trouble.
To get in trouble, yes. This means facing problems, difficulties, maybe punishment because of something you did, your actions or behavior.
It's a really common way to describe facing negative consequences, isn't it?
Very common, widely understood.
And here's where the nuance comes in, compared to maybe more formal alternatives like to face consequences or to be reprimanded.
Right, what's the difference?
Get in trouble feels a bit more informal, yet it's broader. It covers a whole spectrum of negative outcomes. Could be a minor scolding, could be serious disciplinary action.
So it's more general.
Yeah, less formal than face consequences or be reprimanded. It covers everything from accidental mistakes to deliberately breaking rules. It's that everyday phrase.
Makes sense. The SpeakDuo example is pretty straightforward. He got in trouble for being late too often. Simple, clear, relatable.
Absolutely. In a work setting, you might hear, if we don't submit these reports on time, the whole department could get in trouble with upper management.
Covers a collective consequence there.
Or recalling childhood for IELTS. I once got in trouble at school for accidentally breaking a window during a football game, even though it wasn't entirely my fault. It just neatly covers that wide range of predicaments.
Got it. Very versatile phrase.
Okay, now that we've really dug into these phrases, explored their meanings, the subtle differences, it's time to test your understanding.
Quiz time.
We'll give you a phrase, 3 options, and then we'll reveal the answer. Ready?
Let's do it.
First one. In this lesson, scram most nearly means option A, step aside politely so others can pass without any delay or fuss. Option B, go away quickly because you're not welcome to stay around here. Or option C, wait outside briefly until someone calls you back into this space.
Okay, take a second. Feel free to pause the deep dive here if you need a moment to think about the meaning of scram. Pause. All right, the correct answer for scram is option B. Go away quickly because you are not welcome to stay around here. Remember our example, the guard yelling at the kids to scram from the yard definitely highlights that forceful, unwelcoming nature.
Exactly. Okay, next. To be obsessed with something most nearly means to. Option A, be mildly curious but able to ignore it easily when busy. Option B, be required by others to focus on it without real interest. Or option C, be extremely preoccupied with it and think about it repeatedly.
Think about the intensity behind to be obsessed with. You can pause here if you like to consider the options. Pause. Ready? The correct answer for to be obsessed with is option C. Be extremely preoccupied with it and think about it repeatedly. Think back to being obsessed with vintage fashion or optimizing workflows, that constant, deep focus.
Got it. Number 3. To be on a break most nearly means to. Option A, be temporarily separated from a relationship or duty, planning to resume later. Option B, be permanently finished with a commitment and not intending to return. Or option C, be ahead of schedule and waiting for the next task to begin.
What does to be on a break really imply about duration and intent? Pause here if you need more time to think about on a break. Pause. Okay, the answer for to be on a break is option A, be temporarily separated from a relationship or duty, planning to resume later. Remember the students. On a break from studies until exams were over. Clear intention to return.
Perfect. Next up, to switch it up most nearly means to. Option A, repeat the same approach to build consistency and avoid confusion. Option B, change what you do for variety and a fresh result this time. Or option C, abandon the plan completely and start again with no guidance.
Think about the reason behind the change when you switch it up. Feel free to pause and ponder that one. Pause. All right, the correct answer for to switch it up is option B. Change what you get for variety and a fresh result this time. Like we talked about, trying a new restaurant or changing your study spot just to keep things fresh.
Makes sense. Number 5, to give someone something to go on most nearly means to. Option A, provide enough information so they can continue or decide the next step. Option B, offers strict orders that remove any need for judgment or initiative. Or option C, share unrelated details that entertain but do not help the task.
Consider the type and amount of information involved when you give someone something to go on. Take a moment to think it through. Pause if you need to. Pause. Okay, the correct answer for to give someone something to go on is option A, provide enough information so they can continue or decide the next step. Remember the detective who had no clues to go on? It emphasizes needing that crucial starting point.
Right. Number 6, saying that's the cutoff most nearly means. Option A, the summary you send before final results are checked and approved. Option B, the average level most people reach when the work is compared fairly. Or option C, the fixed limit or deadline after which entries are not accepted.
What kind of boundary does that's the cutoff define? Pause the deep dive if you need to process those options for that's the cutoff. Pause. The correct answer here for that's the cutoff is option C, the fixed limit or deadline after which entries are not accepted. Remember midnight being the cutoff for assignments. Strict, non-negotiable.
Absolutely. Okay, number 7, it's downhill after this. Most nearly implies that.
Yeah.
Option A, everything becomes easier now because the hard part is finished. Option B, things will get worse after this point and not match the peak again. Or option C, progress will continue steadily at the same level without big changes.
Think about the emotional feeling and the direction implied by it's downhill after this. Take your time before settling on an answer. Pause if you like. Pause. All right, the correct answer for it's downhill after this is option B. Things will get worse after this point and not match the peak again. Like winning the prize, but feeling it was downhill after that, signaling that decline from a peak moment.
Got it. Last one. Number 8, to get in trouble most nearly means to. Option A, face problems or punishment because your actions broke a rule. Option B, receive praise for effort even when the outcome was imperfect. Or option C, avoid attention by staying quiet and agreeing with the group.
What are the typical consequences when you get in trouble? Feel free to pause and consider the options for get in trouble. Pause. Okay, the correct answer for to get in trouble is option A, face problems or punishment because your actions broke a rule. Remember getting in trouble for being late or accidentally breaking a window? It covers that range of negative repercussions.
Fantastic. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into these advanced English phrases.
Hope you found that useful.
Yeah, I hope those comparisons, maybe some surprising insights, and the practical examples really helped you grasp the subtle but powerful differences.
Absolutely. And remember, all these phrases came directly from a great SpeakDuo lesson. So if you're keen to actually put this knowledge into practice, speak with more confidence, definitely head over to SpeakDuo.com.
It's worth checking out.
Yeah, you can join unlimited practice sessions. And premium members even get AI feedback to improve faster, which is, invaluable for advanced learners trying to nail these nuances.
That really is a game changer for mastering English. And hey, if you enjoyed learning with us today, if you found this helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review.
Please do.
It helps us know we're on the right track, giving you valuable insights, and it keeps these deep dives coming.
Indeed. Keep refining that vocabulary. You'll find yourself expressing nuances you never thought possible before.
Absolutely.
So until next time, keep exploring the depths of language. And remember, words are powerful tools.
Especially when you understand their sharpest edges and deepest meanings.
Exactly. See you next time.